Well, it's Thursday. This day is very interesting in Holy Week. If you read through the scriptures, you see that Jesus has just had the Passover meal with his disciples, foreshadowing his own sacrifice, that he would be really the last sacrifice, the final sacrifice of Passover ever to be needed. And then we find him in a garden, and he's with his disciples. He's gone over to this garden to pray. It's late, and his disciples are full from their meal, and Jesus goes off to pray, and he actually says to his disciples, "My soul is very sorrowful, even unto death." And we see the suffering of Christ, knowing what's coming before him, and you see this anguish in his heart. And as he's praying, some Gospels record that he actually sweats blood because he's so anxious about what's coming. You know, in his humanity, he suffers in this way for us. But then we see this interesting turn in Christ. As he's praying, he's asking God to take this cup from him, this cup of God's wrath that's going to be poured out on him. But then he says, "Yet not my will, but yours be done." And so in the midst of this suffering that Christ is exhibiting before us, he surrenders to the will of God. It's a beautiful picture of this idea that Jesus trusted God so much that he would place everything in God's hands. And of course, we know the rest of the story. Jesus is praying 3 times. He finds his disciples asleep 3 times. And this last time he says, "All right, guys, it's time. The betrayer is at hand. Let's go see who's betraying me." And he walks into this crowd of people that have come to the garden to arrest Jesus, and Judas walks up to Christ and kisses him. Betrays Christ with a kiss. So we see the suffering of Jesus, knowing what's coming before him, knowing that the cross, which is the whole reason he came, it was to die, the surrender to the will of God, and then the ultimate betrayal of someone who walked with him and ate with him and saw miracles happen with a kiss. And then we see Jesus led off to all the things that are going to happen tomorrow. My question to you today is, have you taken time to meditate on what Christ went through for you? It started on Thursday. The suffering and surrender and betrayal that he went through for us. And so today I just want to ask that you would take some time to just spend thanking him for what he did, for what he went through, for the suffering and the surrender and the betrayal.